won 8 of 9, including a series against Iowa State as seen on BYU TV and the app, where something incredible happened, which brings us to our stat of the day.
It's the BYU Sports Nation stat of the day.
So let's set the scene. 5th inning, game 1 of Friday. BYU's trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. There are 2 outs. BYU Softball then went on to score 9 runs, all with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning for a mercy rule victory over Iowa State.
That's incredible.
That is nuts.
If you're the home team and you lead by 8 after 5, you win. Mercy rule. Incredible. Against future Big 12 foe, Iowa State.
And it set the tone. Cougars go on to sweep that. I had never seen anything like that.
Amazing. We now bring in the amazing Chloe Temples, a transfer from Stetson U, who's on the team. Chloe, welcome to the program. Great to have you.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be here today.
The team's crushing it. You guys are playing so well. Let's talk about that Iowa State game, though, and the whole series. I mean, that was a big series for this team. What did it mean to, in that first game, pull off the mercy rule, down 3-2, 9 runs in a row? That was wild.
Yeah, that was an insane game. I feel like all the games this weekend were really intense. The other team was very chirpy the whole time, which I feel like motivated us a little bit. Like, we got a little bit more intense after that, took it a little bit more personal. I was not in the dugout whenever we had that mercy rule. Unfortunately, I was warming up, but I could just tell that the intensity, it went to another level. I feel like this team has everything within us. We just have to believe in ourselves, and I feel like that weekend really helped prove to ourselves that we can do it.
I want to ask you how your arm felt, because we guessed that you probably threw at least 200 pitches over the weekend.
Yes.
How does your arm feel after that many pitches? And I realize the softball throw is different than a baseball throw, but still, it's 200 pitches.
Yes. Surprisingly, I was more sore Saturday than I was Sunday. I never know. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better. But I feel like when my adrenaline was running, especially when I had to come back in that last game, I was like jumping up and down on the mound like, okay, you can do. Like, I had to give myself a little bit more adrenaline to push through, but it was so worth it. It was the best game this year thus far for me.
Let's talk about the chirpiness and like, when does that get established in the first inning, and how does that manifest itself? Like, what do they do they're like, oh, they're talking, we got to talk back, or we're not going to talk back?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I remember Saturday when we came out from our batting cages underground, we went to throw, and they were in our batting cages on our side, and they were yelling Martha and Hunter's name the whole time. So I just assumed they knew. I thought they knew Martha and Hunter. I was like, oh, they probably played on a travel ball team with them. And then the first inning started, and we were clapping hands right before the first pitch, and they were yelling their names again. I was like, do you guys know them? And they were like, no, we don't know them. And I was like, so they're just messing with you guys for no reason? And that really heated up one of our coaches, too, and they're like, that is a rule in baseball and softball. You do not call anybody's name out like that. So I feel like that really just pumped us up right then and there. Like, okay, we're about to go hard at it right here.
Oh, that's funny.
You guys certainly took it to him.
I would like fans to just yell at Jason now
yeah.
when he's doing a game. Jason!
Yeah, well, that happens probably more than you would realize. No. So, all right, so let's get to know you a little bit. So you're from Florida.
Yes.
You went to Stetson in Florida. So what was the journey to BYU like? Tell us how you got here.
I kind of talked to BYU in high school even, and BYU decided to go another route, and then I ended up at Stetson, and Stetson was really hard on me, but I learned so much in those 2 years, and I don't regret my decision. That I wouldn't be the player or person I am today without those 2 years. And then I ended up back here after all that, mostly for religious reasons. I love my religion, and this school offers things that no other school can offer to me. And yeah, now I'm here, and I love every second of it. I'm so appreciative to be on the team. Every day I go out there, I love being with the team, my teammates. Everybody's awesome.
So, you forgave BYU.
Yeah.
Because they went in, so they were interested in you, but chose someone else.
Yeah.
And then later were reinterested, and this time you were ready?
Yes.
Well, you were ready, it sounds, the first time.
Yeah, I think I was ready before. But
yeah. Gotcha. So, what's it been like being at BYU now that you're here? Because it sounded like you wanted to be here the first time.
Yes, it's been a big transition for sure. I didn't think I'd be homesick since I already did the whole I've already been at college, I've been away from home, but it's crazy how different the culture and everything is, for sure. And not saying it's a bad thing, but it's just something I've never experienced in my life.
It's unique.
Yes, for sure. And so I feel like getting used to that my first semester was definitely a change. The weather was a big change. I've never seen snow before until last semester.
You've never seen it?
No, not once. So it was
Now you
insane.
know.
The first time it snowed, there was a bunch of snow, and I didn't have any shoes. I was very ill prepared
I was
for
gonna say,
that
did
day.
you have a big jacket? Did you have gloves?
Yes, I just had normal
Okay.
tennis shoes on. I almost slipped like the first 2 seconds I walked outside.
Okay, so we noticed during the game that at least it looked like you wrote a T into the circle, into the dirt. We asked Coach Eakin, because he joins us during the broadcast, and he says, well, I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to ask her. Now that we have you here, what were you writing, and what's the significance of that?
Well, I'm from the Bible Belt, so you don't go into any Southern woman's home and you don't see a cross hanging up somewhere. And so I started doing that whenever I was a freshman in high school, playing on the varsity team, and I would get a little bit nervous in the bigger games because softball is huge in my hometown, like everybody comes. And so I just started doing that whenever I was 15 years old because I feel like it serves as a purpose and like a reminder to me, like Heavenly Father is out there with me. He's out there with everybody right now. And to trust in His plan no matter what's going to happen, like He's taken me this far and that He's going to keep me going this in whatever direction that He wants me. And so I ultimately play for His glory, and that's what it reminds me of.
I love that.
That's very cool.
That's super personal and awesome. That's fantastic. We're talking to Chloe Temples here on BYU Sports Nation. 7-2. 1.97 ERA. You happy with your numbers so far? They're pretty good.
I'm happy with them, but obviously I always want them better. I try not to look at the numbers in the middle of the game because I don't want to get caught up in those kinds of things, but I'm always pushing to be better. I always can get that ERA down a little bit more, get a few more strikeouts. So
I'm not sure how much more down it can go. 1.97 is pretty good. We wanted to ask you as well about playing with the face mask. So some pitchers choose this. Obviously, you're 60 feet away, right?
Yes.
Or no,
43.
it's closer, 43,
Yeah.
right? The base is 60. Line drives are a reality.
yeah.
When did you start wearing the mask? Did you get hit, or is it just a precaution?
I feel like my family has always tried to get me to wear one my whole life, and I was super stubborn, super hard-headed. Like, I am definitely not wearing a mask. I can't even concentrate with one on. And then my 10th grade year, I was warming up beside the field, and there was a team playing before us. It was like a tournament type thing. And I saw a girl get line drived, and they had to bring the ambulance out onto the field. And I was super scared because we were about to play in like 30 minutes. And I looked around, and I was like, does anybody have a face mask that they don't use? And so I've worn a face mask ever since that day. And now I feel like I can't play without it. Like when I go out there, I need to have that with me.
So you have New Mexico coming in. I know there's some important games next week. You've got a game against Utah, and then conference play starts. But you have the Lobos coming in first. What are your thoughts on this series against New Mexico coming in?
I'm excited for this. I hope that we keep our momentum going in the right direction. I feel like we're coming off a high weekend with Iowa State, but we definitely aren't losing sight. We're not getting our heads too high up in the clouds. We've been working hard, and we're excited to go hard this weekend as well. Hopefully everybody gets a chance to do their part.
Absolutely. Okay, tomorrow night, 7 Eastern time on the BYU TV app, BYU and New Mexico in a doubleheader. Shep on the call.
Yep.
Let's go. Okay, Chloe.
Let's go.
We appreciate the time. Thanks for coming in.
Awesome. Thank
Do you
you.
mind signing our flag?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Let's
So just watch your step here.
Yep.
We've always wanted someone
Sign-
from Stetson
Wherever you want, you can
to
sign it.
sign, and so here we are. Chloe Temples. Awesome.